Now I know in my previous video it is titled My Final Video of 2017, my real final video of 2017 actually, as the one for that was titled My Final Video of 2017, and I came back. Now I'm back again. Basically, the last video was supposed to be titled My Final Video of November the 19th, 2017. Here I go with the 98th upload of the PMDB 2017 series, and I thought I would give my thoughts, a little belated thoughts, on the WWE Survivor Series 2017. Now, this was the first wrestling show I decided to, go out and order, first pay-per-view rather, since Great Balls of Fire, which I ordered for Lesnar v. Joe. And I thought overall Survivor Series was a pretty solid show up until the end, which we'll get to. I thought the New Day versus The Shield, so pretty solid opener, yes. Roman Reigns was involved in a pretty decent match in 2017. I said it, I'll admit it when he does good. I seem to tolerate him a lot more when he's with The Shield. And they beat the record-breaking tag team champions, the New Day. I'm still bitter that they broke Demolition's record, I'm still fucking bitter. Well, I wasn't going to swear in this video. But anyway, I'm still bitter that they're not in the Hall of Fame, but that's another video for another time. Anyways, getting off track as usual. I think the second match tonight, as I remember, right, I'm just going by memory, I'm not reading anything, was the traditional 5-on-5 women's match, which was an improvement from last year. I thought last year's women's match at the Survivor Series was a cluster mess. I didn't really enjoy it watching it live. Watching this one I thought was better. I'm really digging Asuka's theme music. She's really cool, I haven't seen much of her because I never watch NXT. Barely tolerate WWE programming in general, especially this year. I think this year's been trash overall, apart from shows like this. But I was very impressed by her, her entrance, and she was the sole survivor of this match and the star of this match. So yeah, it was a fun traditional Survivor Series match. Next up, I believe, was The Miz versus Baron Corbin. I used to really dislike The Miz, but I'm starting to really warm to him. I love when he says, "When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut." I'm going to do that to someone just to see their reaction when I'm out next, just to maybe get a drink thrown over me. But I think it'd be hilarious if I just came up and said to someone, I don't know, just some random other person, and it'd be like, "When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut," and then I'll probably get thrown out and banned from places again. But yeah, I just think it'd be quite amusing. Anyways, going off track as usual. Oh, also, before I forget, I predicted every single match that happened at Survivor Series right. I got all the winners right. So despite me not watching so much WWE product this year, I'm still quite an expert, it seems. I got all the bloody predictions right. This match I wasn't really impressed with the match overall, though I am warming to The Miz, like I say, but I thought the match was fairly forgettable. Next up, I believe, was a tag team matchup between the Usos and Sheamus and Cesaro. Another solid affair. I'm not the biggest Uso fan, but I thought this match was fairly entertaining. Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair. The women's division was really, really picking up. I saw Paige returned on Raw on Monday. It's good to see her back. She should have been back long ago. I really enjoy her stuff, and she seems to be a right fan favourite, a genuine favourite. It was good to see her return Monday. I thought this match, Alexa Bliss, she's stunning, isn't she? I'll probably be called sexist for saying that she's good looking, need it. But yeah, Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte, great match. I read somewhere or watched someone say it. Alexa Bliss had boo boo face coming down to the ring, which means that she was going to lose her match, and she was, making it obvious she was going to lose her match. And I've saw wrestlers do that before in the past. They get boo boo face when they come down, and I've Jake the Snake Roberts has commented on it before. I think he was commenting on one of the women's wrestlers before about them coming down boo boo face and sort of giving the result away before the match takes place, which is kind of unprofessional. And they should, when they're coming down making an entrance, they should just have a happy face on, because they should always have that face on, like I'm going to win face, believe me. But I didn't really particularly notice it myself when she came down the entranceway. Yeah, I thought, Charlotte, she's really phenomenal, isn't she? She's really like her dad, Ric Flair. The woman version of him, basically. Very talented, makes wrestling believable, and you really believe in Charlotte. Next up was the match of the night, AJ Styles versus, almost said CM Punk was versus Brock Lesnar. Now, why I'm almost saying CM Punk is because as good as this match was, which it was a great match, I didn't think it beat the SummerSlam 2013 match between CM Punk and Brock Lesnar. I still want Punk back. I don't care about these UFC loss. I want him back. I want him to return at the Royal Rumble in 2018. Because it hasn't been the same with him. I've watched very less WWE since he quit. But this match was very, very good. I mean, Brock Lesnar, as I've said so many times in my videos, I love the man. He's in my top 10 of all time. He's one of the reasons why I kept up with WWE. And AJ Styles, I did a video fairly recently, where I went through the years, I think it was from 1987 to 2016, of the wrestlers of the year, in my opinion. And I think AJ Styles was my 2016 pick, and you know what? We're almost at the end of this year. He would be my 2017 pick. It was going to be Kevin Owens, but I think AJ Styles beats him this year, from what I've seen. And this match was great. Stole the show. It was a bit obvious who was going to win, because Brock Lesnar is being protected until Roman Reigns beats him at WrestleMania 34. We all know what's going on. But this was an outstanding match, and you know what? Brock Lesnar, he worked his butt off in the match. I think he's an underrated performer. He gets a lot of flack for being part-time or just doing suplexes all the time, but I think he's really good at being Brock Lesnar. I may not have liked it as much as CM Punk v Lesnar, but I still really enjoyed it and give it 4 stars out of 5 for sure. It was the highlight of a pretty solid show throughout. Then we got to the main event, and I thought this would have been the best, or at least second best match of the night. It's probably one of the worst matches of the night. I think maybe it was slightly more exciting than Baron Corbin v The Miz, but I would say this was the second worst match of the night, the 5-5 elimination match. Kurt Angle was in it, one of my all-time favourites. He's just below Brock Lesnar in my top 10 list. He's at 9, Brock's at 8. For people who are curious to find out who else is in my top 10 wrestlers lists, well, you can go and watch the video from 2016. I think it's titled My Top 10 Wrestlers of All Time. You'll find it on my YouTube. Anyways, Kurt Angle was in it. He obviously isn't as good as he used to be. Still love him, and he's still very believable when he's got the ankle lock on, but obviously he's a bit slower than what we're used to, and what we love about Kurt Angle. He's not as intense or as quick. He's getting up there in age, like a lot of people were in this match. Triple H and Shane McMahon. Also featured Braun Strowman, Finn Balor. Who else was in the match? Shinsuke Nakamura, or Shin, should I call him, as Michael Cole kept on calling him. What was with the 5-man commentary team? I'm sorry, WWE. The commentary's been a disaster most of the year. There's no need for a 5-man booth. Ridiculous. It was off-putting. Anyways, so there was Samoa Joe as well, Shane McMahon, who I've mentioned. John Cena, he came back. I think he's away again. I'm not sure when he's back again. I won't miss him. Randy Orton. I think I've got it covered. I think I've mentioned everybody who was in the match. First out the match was it wasn't a very memorable match, was it? I'm already struggling. He was first eliminated. Shinsuke Nakamura, I think, was out first. Yeah, I forgot to mention Bobby Roode. He was also in this match. I'm not very familiar with him, as I didn't watch TNA or NXT. I did actually see him when he came to Aberdeen. NXT show I attended with my cousin. He's loves the WWE, and I went with him. And we did see Bobby Roode, and he was one of the highlights of the show there in Aberdeen. So he was involved, and he was the second one eliminated by Braun Strowman, whom eliminated Shinsuke first, and who was next? He got taken out by John Cena and Randy Orton, and the other members of the SmackDown team. He got put through an announce table, so he was out the match for a wee while. I think Samoa Joe was eliminated next by John Cena with an FU, F for attitude adjustment. I still call it the FU, but it's the attitude adjustment. Forgive me, it's called that now. Then Finn Balor was eliminated by John Cena, but before he was eliminated by John Cena, he done this like running drop kick into Shane. It looked really stiff, well done spot. He really Shane sold it like he just got hit by a truck on the outside. It really looked well. Also in front of his kids as well, but they've seen their dad jump off the Hell in a Cell I don't know how many times now, so I'm sure they're used to seeing their dad get beat up, take risks that he probably shouldn't be doing at his age. But anyway, so Finn Balor was out next. Was it? I think he was eliminated. My memory's a bit foggy. I'm sure he was eliminated by John Cena. And then, to my amusement, John Cena was eliminated by Kurt Angle, which was a beautiful sight. So actually, I made a mistake in this video. What a mess this video's turned into be. John Cena couldn't have possibly eliminated Finn Balor, because Finn Balor was involved in helping Kurt Angle eliminate John Cena. He gave him his move off the top rope while John Cena was down, and then Kurt Angle delivered a second angle slam to John Cena, and then John Cena was eliminated. So I don't remember who eliminated Finn Balor. Randy Orton. I'm sure it's Randy Orton, because he was still involved. I'm pretty certain, if I remember right, he gave him an RKO, and that was him. Bye-bye. But it ended up being 3-on-1, at the end, which was kind of anticlimactic, as it came down to Shane McMahon after Randy Orton was eliminated by Braun Strowman, who re-emerged in the match. There's no way Shane McMahon was going to beat Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Braun Strowman, the guy they're protecting, and the two old guys, two Hall of Famers, or Triple H will be a Hall of Famer, no doubt, someday. And yes, we know the outcome. Kurt Angle was eliminated by Shane McMahon when Triple H turned on him. Pedigree, out he went. It was kind of a bad-looking pedigree. I was like, oh god, I'm not sure if I want to see Kurt Angle in many more matches, because I don't think I don't want him to tarnish his legacy because he's got such a great one. But out he went, and Triple H went on to lead his Raw team to victory. And it's like, back in 2009 when I attended WrestleMania 25, when the event ended with Triple H's music playing, with him going over Randy Orton, I thought, is 2009 Triple H is still being pushed down our throats? Triple H is still being put over? It's 2017 and Triple H is still in the main event somehow, some way, and being the guy that wins it for his team. Pass. I like Triple H. I don't love him. I don't think he's that damn good as everybody else, all his fans make him out to be, but I always feel like he was always wrestling with the star. No, Bret Hart doesn't rate him too much, but I'm not as harsh as Bret Hart. I do believe Triple H has had some great matches in the past, but what on earth is... I don't know what this is. Why is he... Oh, I scratch my head at this one, Anyway, it was kind of funny. You had two competitors in this match that were in the 2001 main event of Survivor Series 16 years ago. Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon. They were on the same team back then, and Kurt Angle was the traitor in this match. And this 2017 one, he was the one who was attacked. But who would have thought that Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle, 16 years old, would be involved in the main event of Survivor Series, and Triple H would be involved too. Another relic from that era of wrestling. And I love Kurt Angle, and I like Shane McMahon and Triple H, but I just feel like, why were the new talent being buried so much on Sunday night? I don't get it. It put a sour taste in my mouth, which I thought, was an overall good show. Just the ending was like baffled by. It was not a well booked match. It wasn't a well worked match. It had a few moments in it, but overall it was a poor show. Bad. I blame the booking. And I'm not a fan of John Cena, but even I thought he was booked pretty badly in this match as well. Right off the bat, when he came out wearing his green t-shirt and everybody else has got in red or blue colours, and there's John Cena with his green t-shirt, his new green t-shirt. It's like, what? Who the hell does he think he is, Hulk Hogan or something? No. Anyways, so overall, I'd give the Survivor Series an event I was born in. I was born in the first annual Survivor Series, and on Sunday I watched the 31st annual of Survivor Series. I am feeling very old. I am touching the big 3-0, I'll be the big 3-0 myself on Sunday. So yeah, that's my review of the WWE Survivor Series 2017. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry if it was a bit of a mess. Again, forgetful in my old age.